the world is having a love affair with chocolate. And why not? We all love it, even though I'm kind of more of a chip girl. But never mind, that's not about today's video. Chocolate has been around and the health benefits are out there and it makes us feel good and it tastes bloody delicious. And what I found a lot is that every single diet that's there, whether you're keto, whether you're low sugar, whether you're vegan, whether you're high protein, everybody wants to get in on the act and everybody wants a piece of that chocolate pie. And guess what? Chocolate is only too happy to envelop you in this big brown hug, because make no mistake, white chocolate is not chocolate. So what I started wondering about is, we're getting chocolate that has protein, and we're not talking protein bars. No. This is chocolate with protein, not a chocolate tasting protein bar, okay? Then we're really going heavy on the no sugar thing. But what are they adding to it as far as sweeteners, etc.? Is it still gonna just be chocolate, or are you giving something up? Well, what I wanna do today is I wanna test some of these ones. And if the amount of shelf space dedicated to chocolate in the stores like Walmart or like my local health food store is any indication, the chocolate industry is only going up. So what I have here today is a variety of different chocolates that I want to taste, and I want to give you my opinion on, what? Did the protein kind of wreck it? What about the sweeteners versus I've got also just the pure chocolate in varying degrees of pureness there. And I want to give it a taste, and I'm going to give you my opinion and say, you know what? This chocolate thing, we really got it going on. All right, all of the bars that I have in front of me are really promoting the protein content, and most of them are really promoting the low sugar. Let's start with probably the least expensive, the least definitely not organic, and sort of really more the average thing that you're going to see in the store, and that's going to be the protein Snickers. Now still, this one has 18 grams of protein in the bar, more like your typical protein bar, but it is significantly less, 9.5 grams of sugar versus a typical Snickers bar, which is about 27 grams of sugar. So they have taken that into account. So let's open this one up and give it a taste. Does it taste more like a Snickers bar, or does it taste more like a protein bar? Okay, looks like a Snickers bar. Not that I've had a Snickers bar in quite a while, but I still am a good judge about it. Tastes good. For me, it's not chocolate forward. It's more the nougaty stuff that's in there, and it's way too sweet for me. It's not going for the dark chocolate, which I much prefer, which really shows you the differential in the amount of cocoa that's there. And the health benefits are more significant when you're looking at dark chocolate, and this is not cutting it. So yeah, we've got now a chocolate bar that we've added protein to. I'm going to say that this is realistically a protein bar, not a chocolate bar, not the kind of chocolate bars that I really want to talk about today. So let's move on. Another one that I'm going to go to next is the Quest bar, which is really mimicking the world favorite Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, because that is another favorite with so many people. So I want to try this one. Now, there are the other ones that are on the market, like Justin's, more organic. Quest, by far the big seller in this way. And these ones are, again, more of the dark chocolate look. Okay? Smells good. Less than 1 gram of sugar in this package. The package is 200 calories, so about 100 calories each. And how much protein have we got? 11 grams of protein, so 5.5 per little guy. Not too bad. And I guess this is sort of like trying to lessen the guilt. If you want to have a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, you're going to have this instead. You're going to get that little shot of protein, which so many of us are looking for. Not bad. Not great. Again, for me, if I'm going to have chocolate, this isn't cutting it. It just doesn't have that refined chocolate taste. It doesn't have the depth of flavor that cocoa has. But I'm going to say that if your comparative is a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, then you know what, this might cut it for you. And you're cutting the sugar, because look at the sugar in a Reese's peanut butter cup. I mean, that is really over the top, and you don't need that, and you're not getting the protein. So for that, in that instance, this is going to be more expensive than your little 2-pack of Reese's peanut butter cups, but maybe a better choice if you're looking for just a little treat on the side. You know what? Not bad. Okay, let's move on to these other bars now. And you know what's interesting is when I went to the health food store, oh my gosh, the magnitude of the bars. And you know what? I got to say, like, yay Canada, because Canada really puts on a performance in the top selling brands. And I know that that's not just in Canada, but we really have a lot of the top selling high-end organic chocolate bars, and the ones that they're going with the less sugar and adding some protein. So the one I'm going to start with first is this Hungry Buddha, which is still a little bit more in the protein bar kind of idea. 10 grams of protein, 2 grams of sugar. Now, some of them have been replaced with 0 sugar, and what you really need to watch out for is what did they replace it with? You know, is it aspartame? We really don't want to have aspartame, because even though that is a sugar substitute, that can still spike your insulin. So we really want to stay away from that. And sucralose, okay, although there is some discussion if maybe that can affect your gut microbiome. But otherwise, you know, these ones with no sugar, you know, that's good. Okay, I don't know. This one's not too like chocolatey. This one is a bit of a limp biscuit and seems like a bit more of a almost fudgy kind of consistency. I don't even know how I let this guy in the party. I don't even know if he's like fitting the parameters, but come on, Buddha, we're here now. Okay. Am I allowed to spit on camera? This does not taste good. This doesn't even taste chocolatey. It doesn't taste like, and I do eat my fair share of protein bars, got to tell you guys. But I'm not having this one again. No, now this one does have plant-based protein in it. No, that's just a no. And we're just gonna move right along, and we're not even gonna look at that bit of yuck that I spit out. Here we have now these guys where our protein count, like, so here, I bought these two. The Zora. These ones you might see a lot. They're on Instagram, like holy mackerel. They're all over the place. Sometimes they're almost stalking you. And I took the milk chocolate and the dark chocolate just to kind of show you that, you know, you usually get in the dark chocolate, the amount of cocoa is higher and the sugar often lower. So here we've got 2 grams of sugar and here we have none, but otherwise macros the same. 7 grams of fiber and 12 grams of protein. So let's give these ones a try. So I'll try the milk one first. Nice, mild, very milky, but a nice flavor. You can still have the chocolateness to it. 45% cocoa in this one. And you know, it tastes pretty good, but for me, I want that pow. I want that of chocolate. And this, no. So let's try his 60% cocoa brother. Oh yeah, better. Still very melt in your mouthy. Sometimes I can find the higher level cocoa ones, they don't have that meltiness. They're much more compacted. They're more intense, but they don't give you that mouth feel, which this does. So these ones are actually really nice, and they've added the protein, and that would be for the full bar. So the full bar, it's a pretty good sized bar for 250 calories, 12 grams of protein, and only 2 grams of sugar. So, you know, oh, excuse me, 0 grams of sugar, 2 grams in the lighter cousin. And this one is nice. You know what? This is good. I like this one. So let's move along. So here we have the Slinky 0. The whole bar is 80 grams, and the serving, don't you hate when they do this? The serving size is 40, so they've given the serving size as half, because of course you're gonna open it and only eat half. In some world, people are gonna do that. But so 200 calories for half the bar, and you're gonna have, oh, this one did not advertise extra protein, thank goodness, because there's only 3 grams in half the bar. So that's not much at all. But this is keto, this is fair trade, this is gluten-free, and soy-free and all that other good stuff. Let's go Slinky. Right off the bat, it tastes like a shot of sweetness. So I don't know how much of the erythritol or the sweeteners are in here. I don't get that nice, really in-depth cocoa flavor that I love. This is okay, but not wonderful. There's some kind of underlying taste here. A bit, you know what? I don't know whether it's because I'm reading here that it says grass-fed, but it kind of tastes a little bit grassy. And it's okay, I'm not loving it. I'm gonna have to say that I like Zora so far better than the Slinky. So, okay, Slinky, we'll put you aside. This is the Santa bar. They're made in Montreal, Canada. And when I went to the new health food show downtown, they had a booth and I tried a couple of their products and they were fantastic. So let me open this one. This one is 75 grams and 25 grams. So a third of the bar is 140 calories. And the sugar is 2 grams and erythritol 4 grams. And this one, they promote like, you know, don't give up chocolate, just give up sugar. So now this one has, just look at the difference in the darkness of this. This one just has that deepness in the chocolatey, overall chocolatey look. So this one's low carb, low sugar. Okay, I like this better. I like chocolate that has a bit of a bitterness to it, just slightly, not being crazy. But if you're gonna like dark chocolate, then you wanna have that little oomph. You wanna just have that little bite. And this one is the first one I'm feeling that has that. So I'm liking this. So this has 15 grams of protein for the whole bar. You know what? Why do they have to make that confusing? Why do they have to give you the macros on the back for like a third of the bar, but then tell you on the front the whole bar? There's a lot of math going on there. Anyway, I think that even I can divide by 3 on that. That's 5 grams per the third of the bar. And this tastes very good. Really liking the sauna. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys was, yeah, all of these guys are getting in on the act, whether you're keto or whether you're protein conscious or whether you're low sugar. But what about just chocolate, okay? And there's so many to choose from. If you look, it's like 70%, 60%, 78%, 85%, 90%, 95%, and it goes all along the board. Now, don't be fooled, first of all. There's major shrinkflation happening here because, you know, you think that these bars are all created equally, but look at how much they weigh, and sometimes how much they cost is different. So the 100% cocoa bar is only 50 grams. The 95 bar is 80 grams, and the 90 bar is 100 grams. So that's a big difference. When you look at the macros on the back, oh my goodness, that's all over the place. So you kind of have to look on the back and see, okay, what is it that you want? Which one of these bars is going to fit into what you are trying to achieve lifestyle-wise with your diet, and what's fitting in with your sugar, and what's fitting in with your pocketbook, and most importantly, what's fitting in with your taste. Because let's face it, this is more still a treat. I don't think that we are having chocolate like a bar like this. We're not having a bar like this every single day. So I'm going to open these. Maybe I'll go from 90, work it way up as opposed to going backwards. So Paul just said to me, do I really think I need to open all of these? And I'm thinking, hell yeah, we need to open them and we need to taste them. And you know what? The more you read about all of the benefits of chocolate, I think I better just start eating a couple of squares. I think maybe my friend has something because, you know, these flavonoids and the antioxidants and the even cognitive benefits, you know, maybe I've been missing out. The antioxidants and flavonoids in dark chocolate can help protect skin against UV damage, improve hydration, and increase circulation for a healthier glow. Flavonols in chocolate improve blood flow to the brain, enhancing memory, focus, and possibly reducing cognitive decline as we age. Chocolate stimulates production of serotonin and endorphins, the feel-good brain chemicals. It also can lower cortisol, the stress hormone. Flavonoids have anti-inflammatory effects, helping to calm systematic inflammation linked to chronic diseases like arthritis, diabetes, and heart disease. Some compounds in cacao can act as prebiotics, feeding healthy gut bacteria and improving digestion and immune defense. Studies show moderate dark chocolate consumption can lower blood pressure, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of heart disease by supporting endothelial health. Chocolate, especially high-quality dark chocolate, is a good source of magnesium, iron, zinc, potassium, and copper, crucial for nerve, muscle, and immune function. Very dark chocolate, 85% cacao or higher, has a lower glycemic index than milk chocolate, meaning it causes less of a blood sugar spike. So now I've got just the chocolate out. These guys have not tried to get in on the keto party or in the protein party or on the no sugar party. They just are what they are, you know? What you see is what you get. But what's interesting is with these ones, the sugar is just naturally low. There's just not a whole bunch of other crap that's in there. In the 100% cocoa one, there's 0 sugar. In the 95, 1 gram, and in the 90, 2 grams. So let's try that and just see where we go taste-wise. So I like that. That tastes really good. Kind of, do you know what? Kind of like strong coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but it does have that kind of edge to it, that sort of caffeine kind of edge. I like it. It's not, if you like sweet, that might not be for you. So Will's wife, Katie, she's like our sweet lover in the family. She loves chocolate and she loves sweet. And I kind of don't know if she's going to like that kind of chocolate. Let's go to the 95, see if there's a difference, because now I've just lost 20 grams for the same money. Did you hear that crunch when I did that? That's what I was talking about with the milkiness of these other ones, the ones that have a little bit more creaminess on your tongue. This one is more bitter, for sure, more bitter. Getting away, honestly, getting a little bit away from even desserty things. This might be nice even if you had something else with it, like a little bit of fruit or something, to just kind of get that balance between the more bitter and the sweet. And then the 100% cocoa, and notice this one was the most expensive, and you get the least, and it's packaged differently. Okay. No, 0 sugar, 0 sugar. And you know what? Even though 0 sugar, in the serving, in the bar, there's still 7 grams of protein. And that would be half of this. So 50 grams. Oh, 50 grams is the whole bloody bar, never mind. 300 calories, 8 grams of fiber, and only 14 grams of carb. I like that. It doesn't feel like dessert, but you know what? With all those positive benefits, I think it's something that's really worthwhile. So where do we go with all this? I think that I personally, I like the real stuff. I think, you know, I get it with the other stuff because, you know, you can add protein, you can take away sugar, but this one, you didn't even add monk fruit, you didn't add stevia, you didn't add erythritol, you didn't add anything. It just is what it is. It's like unabashedly natural. It's just chocolate. These guys have come in and yeah, you know what? You can get some protein. You can have the taste that you love by manipulating the ingredients a little bit. And you know what? Let's face it. There's a huge market for this. And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be something for you. So tell me down in the comments, A, do you love chocolate? And if you do, how often are you imbibing in that? Are you like enjoying that all the time or just every once in a while? And what's your pick? You know, another one is like, look at these even. Keto friendly. These are good for diabetics. These are good for, they're doing everything. The no sugar company. What can I tell you? You know what? This has been sweet. And I hope that you've enjoyed the video. And I'd love to see you again in the next one.